Shortly, this is going to be DaHanG versus Effortless, the second series of the day, starting off on Vale. And it might be a bloodbath. Eisen versus Keel. We are live right now, jumping into Effortless's POV.
Yeah, let's see what Effortless can do here. It's going to be a tall order for him, like we always say every single time when he faces DaHanG or Rafa. But you never know, could be the day where things may change. We'll have to see. Good LG and good prediction on his whereabouts, and his shot's been so good, but DaHanG's rockets were just that little bit better. 18 HP, trying to recover, and so far so good. DaHanG's going to be happy about that engagement.
I like the rocket jump cutoff there from Effortless. Got DaHanG cornered, big rockets to put him on the board. Really well played from Effortless on that one.
That was a filthy play there from Effortless. A good way to tie things up. Still vote. He knows he's around that rail area. Just sneaking by to see if he can get around him. But it looks like it's not going to be the case. Still has that turret to use. Just a question of where it's going to be placed. But he does have one already through the portal. So he's going to throw another one behind anyway, because the first one did take a fair amount of damage. Oh, that first rocket from DaHanG almost managed to pick him off, but these rockets are so good from DaHanG. Sadly missed that rail to try and clean up Effortless, but Effortless is still standing his ground trying to contest his item. This is a very aggressive stance, but that last rocket somehow missed. Must have went through his legs or something, tickling him a little bit with these rockets, and finally, DaHanG does clear him up.
I don't understand how he jumped on his head and just got away. That was a very confusing fight there for a second. The rockets around the corner, almost enough. The shotgun won't prevail. Effortless with a great rail to put himself up at 2 and tie it, but he's still very weak. Needs to be very careful. Throws down the turret, but I don't think that'll save him. Good rocket, maybe. No, Timmy can't pop off hard enough.
Yeah, I wasn't really too sure. I think that was kind of a desperation play, just hoping that he can stay alive long enough for the turret to do some damage. But it was literally, you know, even by the time the turret got prepped and set up, he was dead. He was done for, really. As now DaHanG is up 2-1. Good first round from Effortless. Looking to see if he can do a little bit more damage to the LG as the heavy is collected. He's only on 15 HP. Nicely done by DaHanG. Is now just going to be circling the round to go for the mega. Is up in the next couple of seconds, but actually Effortless has done a bit of an unpredictable play there, dropping down instead of going for the mega, and now DaHanG is backing all the way off. He doesn't want to take the risk, doesn't want to continue trying to contest that when he can just pick up the light and go for those bubbles, but Effortless is already there. The mega's still up here for you.
DaHanG's just so weak, can't really contest. Did have potentially an angle for a rail, but nothing doing as Effortless is going to take full map control. Should be able to push this advantage as DaHanG has to live off an armor shard and some health bubbles. Still not looking good. Rail up close. Effortless actually takes another one through the telly as well. DaHanG doing decent damage while staying alive. Not too shabby.
And you can see as well, DaHanG just needs to be extra cautious on the whereabouts of Effortless. Effortless, on a few occasions now, has actually been prioritizing the kill rather than the items, and Effortless just stood his ground there. 22 HP, picks up the mega for light. Heavy's coming up in the next couple of seconds. Everything's just looking just dandy here for you as he's still pushing DaHanG back by quite a mile. That last rail definitely would have been the game changer here and to definitely tie things up, but he is going to back away. And I'm interested to see how Effortless is going to play this, because like I said already, he's not prioritizing the items, he's prioritizing the kills, and he's going to get another frag to his name and has tied things up. So it's throwing DaHanG off a little bit.
Yeah, the rail really coming through for Effortless right now, hitting 61%, keeping him in the game as it is tied at 3. DaHanG has the high ground, gets right past Timmy, and this should be big damage. If he can catch him with the rockets, a little bit of a flub there, hitting the wall and actually pushing himself back, and Effortless can escape with the heavy.
Not bad at all. As you can see, Effortless always keeping the high ground no matter what situation he's in. But as I say that now, he's put him at a disadvantageous position. Still cleans him up nicely with the LG, and this is going to be Effortless with the lead. And look at the aggression still, just making sure he's doing a huge chunk of damage. Once again, also prioritizing the kill. Look, leaving the mega, trying to hold an unorthodox angle, which he's not going to expect, but now needs to know he needs to get there quick. And the thing is, though, DaHanG, his thought process is he's making the assumption that Effortless is going for the mega. He's making the assumption he's got plenty of time to try and recover, but Effortless isn't doing that at all. This is exactly how he should be playing, and now he's increased his lead 5-3.
Wow, and even more damage off the spawn. Never letting DaHanG get comfortable, but DaHanG, Effortless makes the wrong read, barely surviving. This should be a kill, and yes, DaHanG able to get that starter shotgun, get that frag. And so now this is a little bit of breathing room maybe for DaHanG, but good LG damage again from Effortless, keeping him really weak. Does not want that keel stack to get out of hand. Does pick up the Mega as well, drops down, but doesn't land on the ledge and go through the Thunderdome for a little bit of rockets out through the telly.
DaHanG's looking very good. He's hoping that Effortless will push one of those choke points and can use those pineapples to his advantage. He hasn't really had many of those opportunities yet. 5 minutes has passed, and still though, DaHanG unexpectedly is on the back foot as Effortless looking to contest that Mega. Will be up any second now to see if he can get any rocket damage from above. It will take down the turret, so give him a little bit of leadway as he may push through that portal. He's waiting to see if Effortless will drop down from the shoddy, which he won't. He actually came from the Mega back up to the portal, just below it actually, and DaHanG does have heights, but nothing really too much else to work with. But at least he managed to put a little bit of damage inflicted onto Effortless with 4 minutes left remaining. Still plenty of time to work with here on Veil, but can be a bit of a doozy. 30 damage from that rocket, and he now picks up the heavy. He's going to get a little bit out of control.
And there's still plenty of time, and it's only a 1 frag game, but the market could be in shambles from predictions here if Effortless can put up this map over DaHanG. He's still got a lot of work, but he's looking very strong, playing a very solid game right now. DaHanG does have an amazing stack to work with, so he goes through the telly and immediately deals with Timmy, or attempts to, as the Tribolt finally takes him out. But now is he going to get back to heavy on time? It looks like he might big rocket as well, and Effortless is in a bad way. He's able to steal at least the heavy, though. Can he get some extra damage on the way out? Hiding around the churro, and the rockets aren't too bad. DaHanG now weak. Can he make his way back to the Mega? He's going to opt to wait a little bit, and that's actually going to give Effortless time to get there. Big rocket, but the rail return. So DaHanG played that exactly how he had to. Wanted to wait for the armor. Now he's getting caught out. This is very, very bad. 12 HP. Shotgun, he's going for it. He gets it. Timmy, are you going to pop off? He needs to be very careful. 12 HP and DaHanG in the lead, Lethal.
Oh, 2 directs, a rail, and then to finish him off afterwards with the shoddy. Everything DaHanG has to do to try and regain the lead from Effortless. He's only left on 41 HP. Does take a rail straight afterwards, but needs to try and recover as quick as possible. He's going to be looking for the trade. Does pick up the Mega. Johnny Justo. If he needs to keep his distance, so he can't push too far because he did have to start in shotgun, but it's still going to be enough for the pineapples also giving a help in hand.
Rockets are decent, but not really good enough. The LG from down below DaHanG in a bad way. Gonna back off and maybe set up a rail, but he doesn't even pick up the rail. Doesn't want any part of this damage as Effortless is on the hunt, knowing he's weak. Tries to go up the stairs. Is he gonna get another big rocket? Good dodging from Effortless there, taking a little bit of damage, but not a lot. So that should be a free Mega. And now again, DaHanG stuck off the scraps, still with the frag lead, but he has to survive for 2 minutes, Lethal.
Yeah, let's have a look at the items, speaking of the devil. 19 items for Effortless for the 10 of DaHanG. Not something you normally see every day. But so far, DaHanG does have map control. Items are, once again, very, very heavily segregated. Good rocket there. Good. Oh, that was a great rocket there to put Effortless straight up into the air. Predicts him to go for the portal. Good prediction again. Picks up the LG. Effortless tried to contest. Maybe overstayed his welcome just a little bit. And now he's going to be picking up that light and will go for the heavy momentarily. But he's just trying to see exactly where Effortless is going to be. Realizes that he has gone towards the rail. Could be a free heavy here, considering where Effortless is positioned. Couldn't get it. Couldn't do anything about it. And now he's only got a minute 20 left.
Oh, so much damage.
Wow.
And DaHanG just doing such a good job, even with that heavy pickup, making sure that he doesn't take any unnecessary damage at the items. And now he has just blown this thing wide open. Minute 10 left, 4 frags. Effortless up against the wall right now. It is going to be difficult.
1 minute warning.
Certainly is indeed, as DaHanG still continuing to pile on the pressure. This is pretty much said and done for Effortless, but I'm not going to lie to you though, Effortless put up a much better fight than I predicted, prioritising the kills rather than the items, but at the same time, if he does get the frag, he's in a position where they will still continue to spawn away from that certain item. Like, you know, he put a lot of thought process into this and it worked like really well, but it was just a little bit too much in the end. I think, I'm not too sure what's happening. I think DaHanG realises that, you know, he's got a huge stack, just hoping to increase his lead if he can, just trying to listen out for Effortless, because Effortless, of course, is going to be desperate to try and claw back some frags here and there. And what's going to happen in this engagement with the direct and that rail could be pretty tough, but yeah, it's all said and done here. Nearly 10 seconds left. 4-frag lead. Good comeback from DaHanG, don't get me wrong, considering how well Effortless was playing it at the start. But if we see more of that on his other 2 maps, then we could see a much closer series on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, really, really good play from DaHanG. Keeping his cool, knowing that there's still plenty of time and able to claw his way back into that one. But a strong start from Effortless, that gives me hope for the rest of the series. He might be able to take a map. I feel like he's playing pretty well, all things considered. So any given Sunday, Lethal, but we'll see. If you're an Effortless fan, you definitely want him to put up a map or 2, maybe. I don't know. Still possible to take the series back, but this one goes to DaHanG, and I guess all is right with the market and the predictions. So it's not in shambles quite yet, Lethal.
No, not at all. You can see he seems a lot more not chilled, but a lot more calm in terms of his like reaction to some of the deaths or the frags he's actually getting, which is a good sign because mentality in Quake is just absolutely huge. If you go a little bit overboard with Nasser, it's pretty much game over, especially with some of these top tier players in the Pro League. And just looking at the stats so far, like Effortless, 22 items control. He was only behind in damage by 115. So, the map presence was there. Everything was there. This was the turning point, though. 2 directs, a rail, having to deal with the turret straight afterwards when he finished him off with a shoddy. And, it's quite easy to deal with a turret sometimes. As long as you strafe at full speed, you can dodge every shot. It's perfectly fine. And even at 12 HP, he was going to be able to do that nicely considering how open he was in terms of his positioning. But look at that, though. 2,142 damage with the LG. And like I've already mentioned, 115 more damage for DaHanG in terms of map presence. But, so far he did pretty damn well.
Yeah, again, not a bad showing from Effortless at all. DaHanG just doing DaHanG things and playing the long game, knowing there's a full 10 minutes to a duel and he has all the opportunities he needs to claw his way back. And using that keel stack really, really well, especially on Veil. Timmy, not really an issue. DaHanG dealing with it nicely. And we're going to head over to Deep Embrace, and it's going to be Strog for Effortless and Ranger for DaHanG. Lethal, how do you feel about this matchup, specifically between these 2 players as well?
It's difficult to comprehend, really. Like, it depends how Effortless is going to be. If he played like last game, great. If he doesn't, no. No, not at all.
It's that simple. If he wins, he's going to win. What else can I say? Let's take a look at the predictions as they start rolling in and see if chat has anything to say about it. And it already looks firmly in favor of DaHanG, 82% to 18 for Effortless. A little rude. Again, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so. It's like I said, I know it sounds really simple, like what I said, but it's just, the prioritization he was changing. He was being more unpredictable, which is what we love to see. And DaHanG on a number of occasions was like, oh, is there? Oh, what? Oh, what? Like, all these different angles he was normally holding or taking, which he's just not normally used to, unless it's, some top tier opponent. And, Effortless was showing signs of that. And then all of a sudden he just went a little bit out of control and he's not really sure about how to, try and retake control and overtake his opponent again. But we'll have to see, though. We'll have to see as we'll be going
into the map, indeed, as we are on Deep Embrace. Again, Strog versus Ranger. We're on Effortless on his POV, and he's going to start off with the Mega Spawn, a little bit of armor as well. But he needs some items. LG, I mean, we saw how deadly his LG was on the last map, but he's going to need a little bit more here as DaHanG gets up close and personal with the orb, but the shaft from Effortless is so strong. Can he do it? He does. The last bit of a tickle takes the first frag from DaHanG. And DaHanG takes that right back. No signs of letting Effortless spiral out of control on this one at all. Again, Deep Embrace. Heavy momentum-based map, the potential to just get 3-4 frags off of a kill is immense here. Good rail as Effortless stuck on the low ground now. He's going to tempt fate and go up the jump pad into the peaker. DaHanG picks him out of the sky with the rockets. What a shot from DaHanG. As I think right now it is the 40 show, I feel like Lethal has dropped. So anyways, welcome chat. 2-2 right now, 1 minute in. High flying action. Love to see a little bit of LG right now. Into the rocket, the dire orb right past him. The shotgun isn't going to be enough. He's chunking and the rockets will not land. DaHanG has to be absolutely, I don't know, furious at the shotgun at first, but he's able to put it up and grab that frag as Effortless and the rockets just not landing. Again with the, oh no, the rockets won't land again. DaHanG able to get the best of them here. Effortless with the LG spawn, trying to make something happen, trying to get a frag back. Super aggressive DaHanG with the orb, the peeker play, and DaHanG throws Effortless off the top rope. Brutal. There's the rocket jump, though, to grab at the heavy. Effortless trying to get a stack and stop the bleeding. DaHanG, no armor to his name. Effortless just waiting, trying to get a peek. A little bit of a peek here. Maybe get a couple rails in and get the momentum going in his favor. He sees the toesies, almost rosies, but he can't. Can't quite plant them. Hears them from above now. As Effortless back to a normal stack. He's going to head on away as the items are going to be about synced now. Effortless pitching a tent next to that campfire. Beautiful weather. As DaHanG still has a 3 frag lead. Trying to get the drop on him. Big rockets. DaHanG's ready. There's the dire orb. Can he land another one? DaHanG actually gets the trade. Is caught off a little bit there. Trying to LG into the air to the heavens. And Effortless takes that split second to make sure the trade comes out. So Effortless doing good to slowly grind down DaHanG. But even when he gets the drop on him, still DaHanG pulls out the trade. Effortless playing nice and slow here, wants to try and get some timing on the heavy. DaHanG with the jump over, dodging the rockets. Now it's LG on LG. DaHanG swaps to rockets instead. Big rocket into LG, but not quite enough as DaHanG rides the lightning, but is able to fight back and grab that frag, extending the lead to 4. Effortless able to make his way to the heavy. He's so mobile, he might be able to even cut off the mega. Just not there in time. And none of the rockets really landing. Gets the last one. Double back, though. That's going to be big damage as DaHanG might actually go down. There's the dire orb, the last-ditch effort. No dice, though. Effortless doing a good job of grabbing that one. Good machine gun work there.
I have returned, so don't you worry.
I missed you so much.
I'm sorry about that. You know, it happens. It happens. The PC went a bit haywire, but I am back, so don't worry, to give you a nice little hand in this matchup. So, still, though, nearly at the halfway stage to hang up 7-4. As you can see, Effortless still doing a huge chunk of damage from top mid. DaHanG trying to get away, is going towards bottom mid, back into the murder hole. Another great rail again from Effortless. Really piling on the pressure today, but is going to back away, which is perfectly understandable, to see if he can contest this next heavy appearing in the next 5 seconds.
Effortless re-upping on some rockets and perfect timing on the heavy, and he has the ability to get to the mega, but DaHanG good positioning with the cutoff and actually concedes a little bit with that positioning. So Effortless should be able to back up onto this mega. But DaHanG comes in like a wrecking ball, and he dire orbs back. What a play from DaHanG! What a heads-up play! Fakes his own death and steals all of the riches, Lethal. What a play.
Oh, it's just awful, isn't it? Just awful thinking process there, but it worked. Oh, good tri-bolt shots there. DaHanG still trying to back away, hasn't got any rockets, so in terms of ammo management, just trying to find a way to get out of here. You know, he hasn't really got much LG either. Manages to get the rail, so at least he's got something to work with. He's going to try and go for the rockets at some stage, but he's going to focus on restacking first, which is perfectly understandable. Is still railable. Does find a little bit of ammo, but he's waiting to see where Effortless is going to go first. Even though he won't take him down, at least he does a huge chunk of damage beforehand. He should be okay here. So yes, he does do 2 rails. He's going to be quite happy about that, and he's still in a 3 frag lead.
Yeah, really good to maximize damage as best he could. DaHanG almost wanted a little bit of the gauntlet, expecting Effortless to slide on in there. Still, it feels like this entire game it's been a 3 frag lead at least for DaHanG. Effortless trying to break it, and he does with another great rail. Able to back on to the mega easily now. Getting that stack going, but right off the bat, DaHanG with a great rail. Good reply from Effortless. Stacks almost even, almost clips him right in the kneecap. As Effortless trying to close in. Great rail again. Should be able to get this one. Swaps to LG. He knows DaHanG is extremely low. It's just a matter of catching him out right now.
Certainly is indeed. Effortless does take a rail during that process, but it doesn't matter. He does get the heavy. He's still got a decent enough stack to keep DaHanG at bay. Still looking very good, but look how much pressure he's piling on DaHanG here. He's been doing it throughout the whole series, not just the last minute. And decent rails from Effortless, looking for one more, and he does clean up DaHanG. That was great stuff to get him back into this game.
Yep, hit him with the Tripoli, and DaHanG's got to be rolling his eyes, saying, of course, he went 3 for 3, of course. And he did, so we're tied at 8, unfortunately for DaHanG, as they just miss each other. Effortless misses out, but hits a great fadeaway rail. Can he hit another one? And unfortunately, this time, DaHanG's the one to convert, gets back in the lead. Great rail off the spawn as well. Effortless in a bad way right now as the Mega goes to DaHanG.
Yeah, everything's just coming good to bad to worse here. Still no. He's only got 1 frag deficit, maybe 2 if DaHanG will catch him up, and of course he does. Of course he will. Looking very good, much better than what we saw earlier on. 2.5 minutes left. DaHanG working with this lead. Great push with the LG. I don't think Effortless was expecting him to push that quickly and that far on. And then the rail, he was railable. I think he's made the assumption that he managed to get around the corner. Oh, no, he was absolutely not. 66 HP was railable at the time as well. And still though, DaHanG did have top-mid control, but now he's just getting things... Then things get a bit out of hand here. It's getting well, you could say spiraling out of control, picking up the heavy, still trying to do all that pressure and damage with the orb as well. Just, go from bad to worse to... That's pretty much it though. 4 frags behind.
If Effortless... Okay, well, that's it. Put a bow on it. I was going to say, if Effortless can maybe get a frag in the next 20 seconds and play well off the spawn, but you could even see off the respawn, he is just not moving. He's frustrated. Probably spiked his mouse right into the ground after that amazing rocket from DaHanG. Serving him up hot and fresh. DaHanG 5 frags in the lead as he claims yet another heavy with 1:30 left.
Yeah, DaHanG's got such a huge stack. I don't know what Effortless can do here. It's... To get a clean fight against DaHanG, it's pretty much asking for trouble. 1:10 left, 5 frags behind. It looks like it will be 2-0 in the series with DaHanG. Knowing that still Effortless is top mid, he could just continue to bounce away here, there, and everywhere. Has the orb in his back pocket, even if he does get himself out of a bad scenario. And yeah, don't get me wrong, Effortless has looked so good throughout the majority of this map, but DaHanG's combat skills, are also on par, so it's going to be a real struggle for him to come back from this. 40 seconds left, pretty much no chance at this point, and it will be 2-0.
Yeah, DaHanG doing just a really good job. The decision-making on point as usual. And again, faking his own death near the Mega, that's top 10 plays. I'm calling it now, Lethal. I know we got a lot more action, but that has to be in there. As it was just beautiful. The rail as well, and Effortless concedes and says, please, frag me, sir.
Oh, this is just absolute madness, isn't it? I just feel like DaHanG, compared to that last game, has found his stride. He's going to be okay. He's going to be fine. 10 seconds left. And Effortless is just trying to survive and make sure he doesn't give him that 15th frag. And he won't. That's not very nice. Ooh, okay, never mind. He almost did, but, not enough time left. 14-8 in favour of DaHanG. That was much better performance. Obviously, didn't see the first few minutes, but from what we saw from the second half, it was just much better in comparison.
Yeah, the problem is DaHanG is getting stronger, and it looks like Effortless is playing, maybe weaker is not the right word, but a little more in his own head, making a little bit more rash decisions, and DaHanG will just take advantage of that every time. So going into map number 3, you got to worry a little bit now for Effortless.
Yeah, I would definitely worry. I think anyone would if you're, 2-0 down against DaHanG. But so far, though, Effortless, he looked so good the first game, just due to the fact that his mental state seemed to be really strong.
Look at that play! It's so good! It's so good!
You gotta love it, don't you? And when you see stuff like that, you could just see, he wasn't really... We're fans of it, but he's just not.
Round of applause to DaHanG. Well done, sir. Well done. That play was... Whew. Love it. Love it. That's what Sundays are for, Lethal. For my enjoyment and the player's misery. No, that play caught Effortless off guard completely. I'm not going to say that was the play that broke his back, because DaHanG just seemed to be stronger, decision-making on point, heating up with his mechanics as well. And it's going to be a rough third map for Effortless. We're going to go into Ruins here shortly. Effortless has the DK, and DaHanG has the Scale Bearer. So Dan, wherever he is at the gym, slamming protein drinks, I'm sure he's got a huge smile on his face.
I'm sure he's indeed. He's a big lad. And it's he's have to see what he thinks as well at some point on the future week. Effortless, 600 plus damage less than DaHanG. and is going through some of the rails as well. Pretty equal, actually, across the board in terms of all the weaponry. Like, not really too much to say. Just DaHanG just had a lot more presence. That was literally about it. 19 items to the 16 of Effortless. DaHanG just did a better job in terms of exploiting some of the weaknesses.
Yeah, taking a look at the stats, I mean, all things considered, like you said, even across the board, damage in DaHanG's favor, but Effortless didn't play that poorly. I don't know. I can't stop thinking about that Dire play. I cannot. It was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. And we'll see, maybe DaHanG's got some more up his sleeve for map number 3. We got Scale again versus DK. Maybe the Bull Rush. Maybe he's got something in store for us. Maybe he just wants to put on a show. Maybe he wants all top 10 plays for himself. I don't know. I don't know what's in DaHanG's bag.
Yeah, I have no idea at this moment in time. It's only thing I can say for Ruins that defensively, like how good he is, he can excel in a lot of areas. But I don't know. At this point, I think I don't think it depends on map anymore. Like DaHanG, it's like you said earlier on. It's the fact that DaHanG's been getting stronger. Effortless is in his own head. It's kind of stayed the same. And it's going to be very, very difficult because Effortless knows, especially in America's region, it can come down to maps, like purely just because of how close it can be with a lot of the other players. And it's not like he's had the best of starts so far either. DaHanG hasn't had the best of starts. So, he's got to take it out on someone here for you. And it looks like, he's going to continue on being that pain in the backside. But you've seen so far, like Effortless, he's had a couple of maps here and there, but he hasn't been able to, claw his way to a series as of yet. And, this is like a tall order if he wants to claim the series. He won't, but, a map he'll be at least a little bit happy with.
Yeah, I think this map would be still really, really good for his confidence, especially going up against DaHanG. DaHanG already put the series in his pocket, looking for a 3-0, but I think if you're an Effortless fan, you want him to pull this one out just for his own sake and just moving forward throughout the weeks. You want to build that confidence. You want to have a game where you could look back and be like, all right, I played this right, I did it, I won it, and kind of build off of that. But enough chat, Lethal. We're going to have more chat in a second. We're going to get into map number 3 right now. Effortless DaHanG, as DaHanG has taken the series 2-0, potentially taking the entire 3-0. We're on Effortless, he's on DK, and he's also got the Flame Strike and the Heavy, and Flame Strike right off the bat into the Bull Rush. It's a bloodbath. DaHanG comes out on top.
Okay. All right, that's a way to start things off. DaHanG with the lead, going towards the Mega. Good rail vote in response. But you can see that Effortless still trying to get away and maybe go towards the light in the courtyard, which I think might be his plan. As I made the assumption, he is dropping down that Heavy jump pad. Both of them trying to contest this Heavy, and he does get the first shot off, but both of them are available. But it looks like DaHanG, got what he wants, is going to try and get away. Recuperate, he's going to make the assumption that the light's already been taken in the courtyard, so he doesn't need to check that, just need to check on the whereabouts and where Effortless is going to be. Good rail. I wouldn't, not exactly the weapon of choice considering how close he was to Effortless, but a great way to do a nice chunk of damage. Again, another rail in the courtyard. Only a minute has passed, but I'm not going to lie for you. It feels like it's already been 5.
Yeah, and DaHanG with a really good time to Bull Rush there to kind of cancel. Whoa, okay, the rail around the corner as well. Effortless caught slipping a little bit there as DaHanG now takes full map control and won't have the Bull Rush up for this next Mega. He might actually be a little bit late as well. Instead, just opting for some damage. Not terrible, not too great, but still keeping his stack more importantly than anything as Effortless slowly creeps by, is terrified of getting caught off guard by DaHanG.
Yeah, certainly has done indeed. Still plenty of time left on the clock. DaHanG just sitting here pretty at the moment, doesn't really need to do too much. Hasn't really been contested for the Heavy. Effortless was fair, but was just listening up to the audio cues instead. He wasn't really too comfortable to go for it. The ball comes in, he's going to be flying not too far, but will be keeping that high ground as he's already done a fair amount of damage. Now the question is, which path is DaHanG going to take? Yeah, he's going to find him straight away in the courtyard. It is one of the most obvious places you would go to. As a 50-50, he decided to go for the courtyard. He found him.
God.
Oh, what a chunk of damage as well. What was that, 78, something like that? Now going for the light. Looking to see if that rail, but
into the 90. Yeah. Oh, DaHanG!
Oh my God, what was that? Nice.
Stop it. Stop it, DaHanG. As the mechanics are off the charts now, Lethal. And DaHanG doing a great job previous that courtyard frag. We saw him bait out the Flame Strike at the Mega, dodge it completely, knew that he could go in without most issue, with any issue really. And that's how he got that frag. Good rail from Effortless on the fadeaway, but Bull rushes back up, and he's not going to want a piece of this Heavy at all. And 3 minutes in, not even. And this is just the DaHanG show.
Definitely not wrong there. It's like I said, I feel like it's been a full map because of the amount of chaos we've seen so far. I love it. Like, you know, I want to see more.
Oh, no.
We are going to get more. Oh, the bull rush as well. Misses the first rail, but hits him with the rocket. Will he clean him up with the LG? Surely he will. Literally just tickle him and he'll be able to get taken down, extend your lead. Sadly, he does not. He's going to maybe drop down. He's just going to keep the positional advantage instead, which is understandable. Try and recover the best he can. Again, though, it's still rollable. Hopefully that will appear shortly just to give him a little bit of leadway, but now he can fight again. And oh, that rail, oh my god, that rocket boy.
Just getting so much damage where it's not typical damage. Like the prediction rockets, Effortless is running into him, whether they're hundos or not. It just adds up, and it's got to be more than anything frustrating for Effortless as he's still trailing by 4. DaHanG playing this really well. It looks like he's going to concede the heavy, just playing for the sound.
I was talking about DaHanG's combat skills earlier. It all depends on how much he plays in preparation for some of his matches. You must have told that he's played a fair bit leading up to this because his aim's been looking so good throughout this map, and did attempt the bull rush. Did consume a lot of damage there, so at least he tanked that and didn't really give too much of an advantage to Effortless. But he is on the back foot. Needs to be careful. 4 minutes has passed. You can see the stack of Effortless. Not really something you want to deal with head on, so he needs to try and get a couple of rails if he can. That was a great play from Effortless to bounce up for the flames and then be able to take down DaHanG. Respawns next to the light. Is going to use the tribot now to try and keep his distance from Effortless. But you got to have a look though, you know, in terms of stacks, they are pretty even. DaHanG's going to have the advantage, but still looking to get the weapons in his arsenal. We'll be picking up the LG and we'll be looking to pick up the rail as well momentarily.
I do love the play from Effortless. He's like, look, it's almost going to be the halfway point. I need a frag. I have a massive stack. And he just goes for it. And that's exactly what he needed, but not this. Don't do it. Don't drop on the LG. And DaHanG melts him there. So much damage from down below. A little bit rough there for Effortless, but did do decent damage. But just like that, DaHanG goes flying by and says, I have to pick up a mega. Excuse me, sir.
As now DaHanG hits the first one. Is he going to charge for the second? Maybe. Just going to take a different route. But he's decided to stay away because he's realised it's he's already pushed way too far. DaHanG, though, is up 5-1 and past the halfway mark, waiting for the heavy come up in the next second. He could actually rocket jump for the mega if he wants to. He's definitely got time for it, but realised that Effortless is just waiting for him for the LG. So, you know, understand the idea from DaHanG, but Effortless was more than ready for that, considering his weapon choice when for DaHanG to come up from the heavy. So, good plays from both his players in terms of mind games, but, you know, it's not just mind games he needs. Like, a 4 frag deficit can feel like a lifetime on Ruins, but good damage from Effortless has even the stack. Good rail to back that up, but will he be able to hit him? Yes, he does, but he may have to take his life as well. But he does burn the heavy in the meantime, so it's a good way to get that cleaned up after the trade.
Yeah, good choice from DaHanG. Fortunate to get the frag, but knowing that he's going to go down, burns the heavy, as you said. Literally, because he was on fire lethal. But I digress. A 4 frag lead for DaHanG here, and this is just... It looks almost impossible for Effortless. Good rocket around the corner. He needs more, though. Big direct, and DaHanG just plants him with rockets of his own. And at this point, you look at the clock and you're like, I got to start throwing my body at this big tanky scale. And it's only going to get worse.
It certainly is indeed. 3 minutes 20 left. 5 frags to work with. I think Effortless is just biding his time at the moment, but this is not a map you want to try and do it on. He's already taken 1 rail. Definitely have a nice conversation with himself. You could probably imagine what he's actually saying. And now he's going to be pushing up top mid towards the mega. It's coming next 15 seconds, but he knows that DaHanG's already at the heavy. And it depends what DaHanG's going to do. How he's going to try and contest this heavy straight, sorry, the mega straight afterwards. He's going to go up the jump pad. Probably going to take the normal route towards the rockets. But Effortless does have the LG in hand. Ball rushes towards the mega. Says, see you later. Cheers for the mega. I'm going to be off now.
Yeah, and he still has such a massive stack. The LG was really good, but I mean, with the bull rush and the damage reduction, it doesn't really matter. 1 rail, maybe another one misses with that, and Effortless still in a bad way. He's going to get melted. There's the flame strike, misses with the rail. DaHanG capitalizes yet again. And earlier we saw the frustration from Effortless, and for his sake, I hope he's saying, you know what? I'm still doing great. Everything is fine. There's always next week. Because you just can't get down on yourself. It's a rough time, for sure. But DaHanG might add another one here as Effortless trying to land these rails, can't connect as we're closer and closer to 8 minutes. And, you know, as you said, mental game, huge in Quake. You have to try and keep the most positive mental attitude you can, otherwise you will eat yourself.
Yeah, even if it's like 24-0, you just got to tell yourself it's fine. It's fine. As
everything's
you're
going
like
to be fine.
The surface. Yeah, scratching the surface of the desk.
Yep, as you're drinking your coffee or tea in a burning building, everything is fine. This is fine. It'll be fine.
8-2 now. Everyone knows what it's like on Ruins with a 6 frag deficit. It's pretty much all said and done. 90 seconds left to hang, waiting for the heavy. And I'd love to know how many items he's actually picked up, because he's had a lot of item control overall. As Effortless is, you know, tried to make some of the contestants here and there. He's been in position for them, but just couldn't go for them at all.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what went wrong here for Effortless. And I guess the Flame Strike didn't really play a huge part in it for him. Whenever he would Flame Strike, what a rail from DaHanG into another one.
No.
He's not done. He's not done yet. Effortless hits him with the eye. It's like DaHanG's like, there's still a minute left, buddy. We're still playing Quake. I hate to break it to you. But yeah, the Flame Strike didn't really get a lot of mileage, and DK, that's kind of his bread and butter, right? Being able to get that big burst damage up close, maybe thread a rocket in there as well. But there's not a lot of good spots to do that on Ruins. Maybe down by the Heavy, maybe in the T-Con, but we never really saw it. And every time we did see it, DaHanG dodged it beautifully, or was able to negate the damage almost immediately by picking up a health bubble. Or just bull rush through it. Either one. Take your pick.
Yeah, it's like pick your poison, basically, isn't it? Like, even with DaHanG, like earlier when he was ball rushing for the Mega and just backed off, it's like Effortless was already prepped for it so early on. Another good frag there from DaHanG. And yeah, just ball rush for the Mega, didn't care. He was just like, you know, I don't mind what you do to me. I'm just going to take it and run. I'm not really bothered in. 11-2 now. It's just gone from bad to worse again. And yet, there we have it. DaHanG, a nice, comfortable victory once more. And yeah, great place from DaHanG. You know, I was talking about his combat skills earlier on, but, you know, his combat skills then were just great. Just incredible. Some
of those rails were pretty spicy. And still thinking about that dire play from map number 2. But DaHanG's able to put that one in the bag, 3-0. Unfortunately for Effortless, he wasn't able to put up a map. Hopefully next time around, he's got to start putting them together, because he's rocking 1 map victory so far. And already fear of relegation has to start creeping in, you know, when you think about it.
Absolutely. Like, I know it's only been 5 weeks out of the 13, but yeah, you're, you know, spot on. This is where people are going to get a little bit worried, and just a map here and there can at least give you some leadway. But, you know, it's going to get stressful, especially leading up to the next 8 weeks afterwards. Effortless is now going to be thinking to himself, right, okay, you know, it's got to be crunch time, because I know that there's going to be a handful of players out there who could also be, you know, in a similar situation as me, like players like Zanaku, for example. Like, he's way ahead of the pack. You won't be seeing him in the relegation zone anytime soon at all. So that's already one less member, has already caused a few upsets over the last few weeks, and it's going to be tougher for him now to try and stay out the relegation zone. And let's have a look so far at the stats, and you can see there 346 more damage for DaHanG, and it's going through the rails and all the accuracy there. 48% rails there from DaHanG, not too bad, not too shabby. It looks like it was a lot more than that from what we saw earlier on, but 26 items in control. And yeah, I think this has just pretty much spiraled out of control from the halfway point onwards.
Yeah, I mean, even playing around the items, Effortless had to play, I guess, distanced enough to maybe Flame Strike on it, but also terrified of the Bull Rush, which we saw DaHanG use time and time again to grab those items and just get out of there. Not even really fighting or committing to, you know, a battle to the death, just driving on by, picking up some groceries, and then he's out. So really good item control from DaHanG, good positioning, and just I can't help but feel like a little bit of that was also just Effortless getting inside his own head, getting frustrated, and that'll come back and bite you every time in Quake.
Certainly will indeed, and that's now a series done, really. DaHanG did look much better than I expected. I'm glad that his aim and everything else, like, which, you know, complements his adaptation on his game, looks much better. You know, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not, but you can see he's put a fair amount of practice in to try and work on that. He probably realised that in the first couple of weeks, when, especially when he lost to Zanaku, he was like, okay, I should probably, you know, try and find some time to put more hours in. And yeah, he has done so. Good stuff from him.
Yeah, it's good to see DaHanG getting closer and closer, hopefully back to form, because, again, we're getting closer and closer, little ways out to the stage finals, though, but as we ramp up, it's exciting to see players kind of hit their strides. Speaking of strides, I mean, we're going to take a quick break, but we're yet to hit our stride here. We got a lot more Quake coming up, so grab a drink, maybe a snack, and meet back here in a little bit. What do you say? We'll be back.